is going on, guys? Modified 360 here. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to play your original Xbox games on your Xbox 360 through the use of a few programs and modifying and rebuilding your Partition 2 for your Xbox 360 hard drive. Now, this is actually a very simple, easy mod, if you will, considering that the program Explorer 360 in this case does everything for you. And all the links will be in the description. Just a little background information, if you will, about this problem, if any of you guys have encountered it, and I will be showing you in real time exactly what the problem is. But if you try to play your original Xbox game, let's give Halo 2 for an example. Let's say you have an Xbox 360 Slim without a hard drive, or if you have, let's say, just an Xbox 360 or a Slim 2 with the hard drive that was refurbished, or if you tried modifying yourself, but the minute you put in the original Xbox game, you get an error the minute it starts. It says, okay, hard drive must be inserted, even though it already is. Or it might give you an error with an error code saying that the game could not start just because of a certain hardware issue. Now, one of the reasons, and it could be, again, is either that the hard drive is missing, but most likely it has to do with your Partition 2 and not being set up and formatted correctly for the use of backwards compatibility with your Xbox One games. So in this case, guys, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and switch over to my camera, and I will be showing you what the error code would look like, as well as the device that you could use to connect your Xbox 360 hard drive to your computer. Either an export, as you guys all know, with the proprietary Export 360 program, or a simple SATA interface to USB cable. So we'll go ahead and switch it over to my camera and show you guys what it looks like.
Alright guys, so as we can see, the two devices right here, both the export and the SATA serial ATA to USB device, which is what we could use for both hard drives. Now in this demonstration, this tutorial, we're going to be using this device right here, this cable anyway, because I'm going to be working with an Xbox 360 Slim hard drive, which pretty much appeals to most people with this problem anyway, as opposed to just a regular Xbox 360 phat hard drive. However, both are great, both work. Export, it will literally perform the same functions. Keep in mind, guys, all these two devices they are bridges between the actual drives to the computer. So really, it's really what it is, guys, that confuses everyone. It's the proprietary casing of the drives and the way the devices look. Everyone's like, oh no, do I have to use this or that? In all honesty, if you really want to, you could just take apart this drive. And not that you'd have to, but you could take apart this and your phat 360 hard drive, and literally they're all the same drives. They're all going to have, this is a 3.5 inch drive, but they're all going to have this SATA interface right there, so really there's no worry. So in either case, guys, that being said, we will come back to this in a moment because that's what we're going to be working with. And now we'll go ahead and bring you over to the Xbox and show you the error code that you would be getting if, let's say, your Partition 2 was incorrect, or if there was no hard drive, and we'll go ahead and get on with this tutorial. Here's my Xbox 360 Slim right here. This is actually a flashed Xbox 360. I have a replacement LTU board installed with the latest Light Touch firmware, but in either case, guys, we're just going to clarify one of two things. Number one, the error code that you would be getting if your Partition 2 is incorrect, just so you guys can kind of relate to it if you do get the same error. And also to answer the question of, even if I have a burned copy of an original Xbox game, regardless of what it is, will I still need that Partition 2, and will it still work without a hard drive? And the answer to that is no, it will not work without the hard drive or the Partition 2. Because as you guys saw earlier, I took out my drive, and this will be the error code that you would be getting. And again, this is the burned copy, and so it still will require, as we can see right there, if I can focus this right, original Xbox game, you will need to attach a Xbox 360 hard drive to play the original game. So that in itself, it's pretty self-explanatory, will not work. Go ahead and eject it, and just for the sake of the purposes here, guys, we'll show you the legit copy, if you will, of of the original Xbox game Halo 2. So it does not matter if you have a flash drive, it does not matter if you have a burned copy, you will still need the backup Partition 2 for the compatibility, and you will still need the hard drive in general. So as we can see right there. So now as you guys can see, and you guys can kind of relate to the issue, which is known by many, now we'll go ahead and move on to the tutorial and show you the process of connecting your drive and getting it all set up on the computer.
Alright guys, so now we're back to the desktop. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to launch Explorer 360. Now it really doesn't matter, you can actually launch the executable in the WinRAR archive, but I usually tell people, if in case it has to make any sudden changes, it's best to just go ahead and I guess you could say extract it rather to the desktop or where have you. Or just remember wherever you save it, okay? Because some people are like, oh no, I don't even know where I extracted it to. It really doesn't matter because you can always extract it again. So you can just right-click extract here. You guys all know this. I mean, if you're in the modding world, guys, you should know how to use WinRAR. I'm sorry. It really doesn't matter, but what you can go ahead and do is always run as administrator just to be safe. Depending, I have my variable setting, my environmental variable setting set at 0, so it will never prompt me. But in either case, guys, we're going to go to Drive on the tab here. We're going to go to Open, Hard Drive or Memory Card. It'll take a minute just to get everything all taken care of here. Now we're going to go ahead and we'll select Partition 2. And guys, don't take record of what is in Partition 2 right now. This is simply because I have already done this to my drive. But let's say in your case, the drive, it will not, like your drive would not say this. Or if it was corrupted, it might say this, but it could be renamed. But it really doesn't matter. Just highlight Partition 2. And what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go to Drive again. And you're going to actually go ahead and restore Partition 2. Now it's going to ask you where to open up your drive image. So now what you can go ahead and do is you can go back to your desktop again. And then because the folder, as we can see right here, Partition 2, where we downloaded it and saved it to the desktop, we're in the desktop directory. We're going to go to Partition 2 for Xbox 360. And this is what I named it. You guys can name it whatever. You can name it Partition 2, Xbox full files, really doesn't matter. Just for the sake of simplicity for this tutorial. So now we've opened it, we see Partition 2 here, which is a bin file, binary file. Click Open, and now it's going to restore it, and with a simple click of a button, it'll do it all for you in this nice little free open source program. So now we'll go ahead and give it a moment. So basically what it's doing, guys, it is actually rebuilding the entire partition with that binary file. So you don't have to manually do it yourself. So now it says drive successfully restored. Reopen this drive from the menu if you wish to explore. So click OK, and just to show you guys again, we'll exit out of it. We'll launch it again, run as administrator just to be safe. We'll go back to Drive, open hard drive or memory card. Give it another moment and go to Partition 2. As we can see right here, TDBX and compatibility, they're all here in Partition 2. And remember, guys, it is not Partition 0. There's never anything. I don't even know why it's here. I think it's just here because it's the way it was factory, the way it was just designed. But Partition 2 is always going to be for compatibility, and Partition 3 will always be for your content, such as your gamer score, your gamer content, your profiles, saves, things of that nature. So, yeah. But in either case, guys, now we'll go ahead and put the hard drive back in the Xbox. We'll go ahead and show you the final result of playing either a backup copy of the original Xbox game or an actual copy of the backup game. But always, guys, remember this one thing. Whenever you have a mass storage device, even a USB, really doesn't matter, always go to this and always remember to safely eject your device. Eject SATA Wire 2.5, that's just the name of my device. Safe to remove hardware. Removed it. Now we're good to go. So now we'll go ahead and move to the Xbox and show you guys the final install.
Alright guys, now we have the drive installed back into the Xbox here. Now we'll go ahead and give it a shot. Now that we have the Partition 2 successfully reinstalled. Go ahead and give it a moment. Play Halo 2. So we can see the original Xbox kernel loading. And there you guys have it. We have successfully went ahead and we reinstalled the Partition 2 compatibility files for the Xbox 360 hard drive. And keep in mind, guys, just so you know, the partitions are set up exactly the same way for both the Slim and the 360. Meaning that partition 0, 2, and 3 are always going to be exactly identical. They will not be different despite the different Xboxes. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And if you have any problems, any questions, please let me know. See you guys.